As part of the new NASM, several of us who participate in the committee made presentations for the Institute on various chapters. These obviously have been translated into Portuguese. The chapters I covered, minerals and vitamins, again, these are two different chapters. So again, we emphasized, we didn't just spend time on this is this equation and that equation, because you can look those up or find them in the software. But we discussed what was the major changes and how these would affect feeding cows and formulating diets. And again, like for example, on minerals, we spend a lot of time on magnesium because that changed a lot. We discussed what's in the book. We also discussed using the software with respect to minerals and vitamins. I made a presentation on grazing cows. There is not a chapter on grazing cows, but there's an extensive section in, I think it's chapter 12, but it's on production systems on grazing cows. The software is designed to formulate diets for grazing cows. It includes added energy for grazing. And so we discussed that. We also discussed some things that aren't in the book or aren't in the software. Things that as a nutritionist you need to adjust. It's in the text, but we could not come up with equations, simply didn't have enough data. For example, most pasture systems have very high protein, there's an energetic cost to getting rid of that protein. Pastures often are very high in potassium. You have to make mineral adjustments. So we discussed both the software, use of the software for grazing cows, but also things that you should take from the text that you have to adjust as a nutritionist. And then the last presentation I made was on dry cows and transition cows or pre-fresh cows. There is a chapter dedicated to just these animals. These animals are fed. The requirements actually are very easy to meet. They're almost too easy to meet. We end up with a lot of overfeeding of specific nutrients. So again, we discussed the software evaluating output for dry cows and pre-fresh cows. But then a lot of things, again, we can't have equations for everything. So we discussed strategies to reduce hypocalcemia and strategies to reduce ketosis and some other metabolic disorders, which are in the text. But again, these are not necessarily in the software. So with these lectures, you're going to learn not only how to interpret output, but also what else you need to do in addition to just using a computer program. Thank you.